Hello, my name's Andrew Fawcett.
And I'm Krishna Jhala.
I'm a partner in Altamimi's digital and data practice that deals with telecommunications, media and technology.
And I'm a senior associate in Altamimi's digital and data practice.
Krishna and I are working on issues related to artificial intelligence and machine learning. And what we're just going to discuss today is how the laws may potentially regulate AI. So generally laws are reactive. There's changes happen in our society and laws have to respond to them. We have our existing laws that are various things of contracts and criminal things and things like that. But when something new comes along, the law basically has to see how the old laws apply and if there is any new laws that are needed to fill any potential gaps. And what we're seeing, particularly this year, is that even though AI has been around for some time, the uptake of the chat GPT, generative AI, has got everyone excited and understanding what this next level of AI is going to be. But it's important to understand when we're talking about AI, we're not just talking about that type of AI, it covers a lot. What the thing is with AI in terms from the legal perspective is that while it as a tool can make things a lot more efficient, there are some legal questions as to the implications of how AI works and ethics and things like that. What we're seeing is that governments are now taking steps towards regulating AI, and there's a couple of examples that we're going to discuss. The main one of those is that the European Union is in the process of enacting its legislation for the Union, which is kind of known as the AI Act. Krishna's had a bit of a look at that, and Krishna, just talk me through what the approach is that the EU is taking.
Yeah, so the EU AI Act is a risk-based approach. It categorizes AI systems in 3 categories, that is unacceptable risk AI systems, which would be the social scoring or the biometric type techniques. And then the second would be the high-risk AI systems. And the third will be the minimal or low risk, which are largely unregulated. So essentially, the AI Act intends to cover all kinds of AI, that is symbolic AI, to traditional AI, to hybrid systems, to machine learning. And what the AI Act is doing is similar to the GDPR, that is, any AI systems that are being produced or provided to users in the EU will be regulated by this AI Act.
Okay, because one of the things that I've heard, one of the criticisms of the law is that it's sort of a product liability law. I'm not sure it is, because I think that the important thing about AI and its regulation is that we have to be able to trust the AI. And I quite like the structure that the EU is adopting with this risk-based approach, because we do that in other things, right? Like with food or medicine, that you have to pass some tests before you can put that out into the public. So is that fair for the EU approach?
Yeah, I think so. And I think right now the concentration is on the high risk approach and what all will that cover. So for example, the employment systems or the way of hiring candidates is everything that is covered by the high risk approach. And there's some like military systems are completely excluded from the AI EU Act. So that is one aspect that they've regulated.
Yeah, and so that's another one of the things that I sort of like about I do like about the EU approach is that there is that unacceptable risk level. And again, we've seen that in other other instances, because the problem with the regulation, there's a thing of if we over-regulate, we're going to stifle innovation. But if we can recognise that there are some unacceptable levels, and what I was saying, we've done that with genetic engineering as a society, that says there's certain places that we don't go. So if we can sort of look at recognising that with AI in terms of that trustworthiness, that's where I think it's important.
Yeah. That's true. And just on our home ground, so for the UAE, we have the UAE's national strategy for 2031, which is purely based on the artificial intelligence. And they have separately also created a UAE Council, which was actually established in 2018, but renewed in 2021, which will be looking into the AI principles and how these can be integrated with the UAE laws.
Yeah, clearly, yeah, the UAE is very much focused on this area. We have the Minister of AI as well, who's then doing a lot of good work on that, and having dialogue with stakeholders as well. And here in the UAE, we do now have a national data protection, federal data protection law. And so one of the areas that are sort of already covered by AI and in the data center space is what we call automated processing. And that's where decisions are made on people's personal data automatically. And people have a right under that law to ask for a decision that's made on automated processing, which can be things like bank applications, that to have some human involvement in that. And there is another aspect of it that that's a right under that law, is kind of the need to have transparency of the decisions, because AI is basically algorithms, and so of processing data. So that law creates some need for the users of AI or the providers of those systems be able to make it clear and transparent how the decisions are being made as well. So that's something that's already in the law here as well. The electronic transactions law allows for machine-made contracts as well. Yeah. But it is really understanding how that balance between allowing innovation, because clearly AI is going to be a critical tool in our lives going forward, and how to promote that innovation, but at the same time recognising that there does need to be some balance.
That's correct.
But basically that's what laws do. And that's the role of creating that balance, of setting the ground rules. One of the other things that the laws have to look at is basically they're drafted on the basis that humans are acting. So for the whole thing of self-driving cars, the laws, although they're changing, require someone to be behind the driver's seat. With AI, what happens if a medical robot does its surgery wrong? What happens if the automated car crashes? And even in concepts like negligence, the law it's focused on humans and their reasonableness, whereas an AI machine may not, you may not have to have that. So they're just some of the issues that the laws are going to have to look at it as well. That's basically the range of issues that we think that need to be looked at. There are approaches that it's going to be important to see how they roll out. Krishna and I have contributed to Aotearoa's law update publication, which currently has a specific issue on TMT, and we have got some articles in there discussing these topics in more depth. So please check that out online. Good to talk to you.